Welcome dear children, welcome to another video session. In this video, we are going to see the summary of chapter 10, Reaching the Age of Adolescence. Dear children, in the last chapter we have discussed about reproduction in animals and how important reproduction is in maintaining the continuity of a species. And in this chapter we have discussed the changes occurring in your body during this period of lifetime which makes you capable of reproduction. Yes children, in this chapter we have discussed about the terms like adolescence, puberty, and what are the different changes occurring during this time of puberty and what are the hormones involved in these changes. We have also discussed about the reproductive phase of life in a woman, and also we learn to determine the sex of a baby by seeing their chromosomal patterns. And in the last section of the chapter we have discussed about the reproductive health, how to maintain a proper healthy adolescent, your food or the habits you need to practice. Dear children, let us see the mind map of the chapter 10, Reaching the Age of Adolescence. In the first section of the chapter we have discussed about growth. Growth is a natural process. Right from the day one of birth, the growth process is taking place. But when you reach at the age of 10 or 11, there is a rapid rate of change in this process of growth. And you can see a drastic change happening to your physical growth as well as mental growth. This period of rapid growth is called adolescence, or it is a transition from your childhood to the adulthood. And all these changes that taking place during adolescence will mark the onset of puberty. Puberty means a time period of changes which finally makes you capable of reproduction. And these changes, they will generally occur between the age of 10 to 11 and they will last up to the age of 18 or 19. That is the end of your teen age. Next we have discussed about different changes occurring during puberty. We have discussed about some of the changes like increase in height or change in physical appearance or the voice change. In the case of boys, their voice box develops, and we have discussed about that Adam's apple and all. Next we have discussed about the reproductive maturity, that is their reproductive organs will start producing gametes. That is the male reproductive organ, testes, will start producing sperms, and the female reproductive organs, ovaries, will start producing eggs. We have also discussed about some of the changes like the occurring physically and psychologically. You attain that stage of mental maturity, you start thinking independently, and before doing any course of action you will analyze situations, and also there may be some feeling of insecurity happening to you as a part of this changes happening in your physical level. Also there will be always some attraction towards the opposite sex. Next we have discussed some of the hormones that initiate this reproductive phase. We have discussed mainly about two hormones, that is male hormone testosterone and female hormone estrogen, testosterone will initiate the production of sperms from testes, and estrogen, the female hormone, which will initiate the production of eggs. Both these hormones are considered to be endocrine hormones. Why? Because they are released directly into the blood and their production is stimulated by or controlled by the pituitary gland located below your hypothalamus. Next we have discussed about the reproductive phase of life in women. Here we have discussed what happens to an egg once it is released from ovary. We have discussed about the terms like ovulation or menstrual cycle, and what happens if an egg doesn't fertilize. It will remove, or the thick lining of the uterus will get eliminated from the body, and we have discussed the term menstrual cycle here. Next we have learned how to determine the sex of a baby by seeing its chromosomal pattern. So every human being they have a set of 46 chromosomes or 23 pair of chromosomes. In that, one set is sex chromosomes, that is X or Y, and we have seen how they combine together to form a baby, a male or a female, or a baby boy or girl. How this chromosomes they will combine. Using that combination we can determine whether the baby formed as a boy or girl. Next, in the last section of the chapter, we have discussed about the reproductive health. Different food habits you have to follow. You need to have a balanced diet, avoid junk foods, and also keep proper or maintain proper personal hygiene, especially during this time of menstruation. Then we have discussed, the final topic was the say no to drugs. So this period is a time of great mental fluctuation also. So having drugs or consuming drugs is not a solution for that. So all these things we have discussed in this chapter. So again, when I am summing up, we have discussed about growth, adolescence, puberty, changes occurring during puberty, and some of the hormones which initiate the reproductive cycle in humans, and the reproductive phase of life in women, and determining the sex of a baby and the reproductive health that you need to follow. Dear children, hope this video helped you to get the summary of chapter 10, reaching the age of adolescence. We'll see you all during interactive session. Thank you for watching.